What's up, you Weeb Trash? We're Weeb Trash as well. I'm
I'm Dean.
and
Oh God.
Seve has muted himself? This was not the gimmick we anticipated.
He's playing 3D chess right
You
now.
know what I say?
There we go. We're not privileged enough to hear Seve's wise thoughts. So Seve's gonna give us his quick updates, and then he's got to go share his wisdom with others, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, that's why I'm an ordained minister, right?
Yeah, you
Fair
gotta.
enough.
That's how you share you marry people while giving them a lecture.
I
It's
mean,
wisdom.
He sold me, so.
Exactly. And he means quite literally.
He sold me.
Yeah.
Someone owns me, literally.
Yeah, that's one of the perks of being an ordained ordained person. You can own people. Anyway, so outside of owning Dean, what did you do this week? Watch for this week, whatever.
So I guess going down the list, been watching, Black Summoner.
Yeah.
Remains to be pretty solid, with the exception of some of that CGI fight scenes. I'm personally just not a huge fan of the CGI fight scenes. So that it is what it is, though. Overall, I'm still enjoying that one. I'm quitting heroing. It's continuing to be pretty decent. They did some more kind of like more stuff with, I think, some of the generals, him kind of teaching them stuff, and then went more into like the background of who this person is, who he is, and I'm digging it still pretty good.
Yeah.
My isekai life, I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world. I don't know if we talked about that one, but that dub just started. And it's been pretty good so far. I think there's only like 2 episodes dubbed currently. But have we talked about that one yet?
I don't think so. I did, to be fair, a lot of these isekai names just kind of blend together for me.
Yeah, so like basically he's like a slime tamer sort of a thing, but basically he can like transfer spells between different people and stuff. And so basically with all of his summons, creatures he's like tamed and stuff like that, it seems like half the time he's just playing an RTS. Because like it's like he shows him doing all these magic circles and stuff like that, but when it's from his point of view, he's got like all these different screens up, and he's like talking to like different creatures that he has like following him and stuff like that. It's been pretty enjoyable for the most part. I mean, other than the standard, the main character is just the most bland thing around. Like, no emotion in his voice, very just, oh no, they might know I'm gotten a little bit stronger, so I'm gonna have to leave to a new town now. Like, all right, dude, like, come on, like.
He's very unimpressed by this fantasy world.
Yeah. Overlord. Been watching that. It is what it is.
It's Overlord.
You didn't like the fat dragon?
No.
The fat nerd dragon?
Who voices that dragon? Because that voice was mad
That
familiar.
That's pretty sure that was Asta.
Okay, so it's like, I know who this is, but I don't know who this is.
Yeah. Asta plays a fat nerd dragon.
It pisses himself.
See, Parallel World Pharmacy, honestly, is still pretty good. Things are starting to pop off now.
Yeah.
At least in the dub.
For sure.
For those that watch sub, it's already probably popped off. But
Yeah.
For those of us with audio processing problems and attention issues and watch dubs, Daily Life of the Immortal King, not much to say. Like, it's still pretty good. It's still fairly solid for what it is, I feel like we're really kind of seeing some of the differences between like a lot of normal anime with like Japanese made anime, like how that is all influenced and like just the little things here and there, as opposed to like Chinese culture and stuff like that they're now putting in. I think in the latest episode they got like their like spiritual swords or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, spirit swords, whatever. And literally my mind was immediately like, okay, here comes the katana. But it's like, oh wait, no, it's not a Japanese thing.
Yeah, they're all like straight swords because
Straight like Chinese blades and stuff like that. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I should have expected that, Like,
Yeah.
it makes sense. But yeah, so those have been good.
Hell yeah.
And then watch that Banished from the Heroes Party.
Mm.
I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. I finished that out. And that was really good. I think I talked about it a little bit about it last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Basically, the dude who was adventuring with the hero,
who went and made his own pharmacy.
Oh yeah, so basically what had happened was like one of the members didn't think he brought anything to the table, and was just like, you're garbage, pretty much. Like the only reason that you were halfway decent is because you have a magic sword. And it was basically like, think of how much better the hero would be able to do her job if she wasn't worried about like taking care of you, because the hero is his little sister.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, well then I guess just tell him I died or something like that, or like tell him like I went to go do this other stuff. And he's like, okay. And so he leaves, and the other dude's just like, he's a quitter, he quit. Just like, dude's a bitch. Dude's a little bitch the whole time. So like, yeah, he's just like working as like a low rank adventurer, gathering herbs to open his apothecary and stuff like that. Stays super wholesome, super cute throughout the whole thing. Kind of like it's like a mix of like some action with like slice of life sort of a thing. Towards the end of it, it kind of pops off a little bit more, and apparently I think there's more to like the light novels or manga, so they left it kind of open that if they wanted to try and do a second season, it was available for them. But they did kind of like it gave all the closure that you would want. So I would recommend it to you guys to give it a watch through, because it's not one that kind of like leaves you like, hey, what's going on next? Like, we didn't get any resolution. It's just like a nice little watch.
Kind of like in a different way, but love after world domination in a way.
Oh,
kind of ends it in like a good spot, but if they wanted to pick it up, they could.
Yeah.
Okay. Middle note. If I decide not to watch the other pharmacy anime in the coming week, maybe I'll.
Did you start watching that other one that I came across?
No, I watched. So I started the Parallel World Pharmacy, which is the one that's currently airing. I did think, just for the joke, about going to watch the other one and just act really confused, but I didn't remember what the other one was called, and I was too lazy to go look for it. So,
hey, let me just. Well, I found it last time. Let's see.
Something is like, I think it's just like Pharmacy in Another World or something like that. But I was like, I don't want to mess with it. This is on Crunchyroll. I'm just gonna stay here.
The other one is Drugstore in Another World: The Slow Life of a Cheap Pharmacist.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, see, they could have just Drugstore in Another World and be done with it, but now they're like, we got to tell you he's a pharmacist, and he probably worked himself to death too. Cause
doesn't look good, but
Japan.
I'll say that.
Isekai and pharmacies. What's going on with this? I wonder if pharmacist is like a very popular job in Japan. I wonder if that's why.
Bro, the fucking like screen grab they have for Mal, the was it poster they put on there. It looks like it's a dude, and he's like surrounded by like 5 girls, all that look way too young.
So it's the pharmacy harem pharmacy.
So,
Oh, not.
yeah,
He's-
it doesn't.
he
doesn't look
specializes in
great.
making Viagra.
I mean, for comparison, I guess like so far, Parallel World Pharmacy has a 7.59 rating, and that other one has a 6.49.
Wow. This one is doing better then, which is good because this one is it's just really good. It's it's got its moments where it's like, okay, maybe this is a tad generic isekai, but for the most part, it's like, okay, yeah, I can dig this. Until the Holy Empire, or whatever the name there, the Holy Kingdom, whatever, just comes in like the Spanish Inquisition, like, hey, you might be the devil. And he's like, I promise I'm not. He's
Oh
the
man,
devil.
here's a this person gave it a 4, this review, and here's just the first line of of the review for this. Was it the isekai, the cheat,
Oh
whatever
yeah,
it
yeah,
is,
yeah.
the cheat pharmacist, drugstore, another world. So there's isekai trash, and then we have isekai garbage. All right.
The
all right.
distinction's important.
Indeed.
Gotta have the lower tier of isekai. Gotta
Uh,
gotta let the people know.
A lot of it seems to be kind of like, you know, a lot of like shows follow the general isekai formula with a little twist or something like that.
Yeah.
But the twist is kind of what makes things more like unique or individual. And it was like, well, we would assume that this would also follow that at the very least, but I guess it doesn't. It's the typical childlike character. So the whole show seems childish. Who really cares for the main character? Typical servant-like character who cares for the protagonist. Tsunade, strong girl who cares for the protagonist. A little noble girl who cares. So it's just basically all your standard tropes forming a harem. It's super repetitive. Pretty much every episode's the same, and it's just boring. All right,
What we need
it's a good summary.
is I don't even know how. It's not like a reverse isekai. We need a show from the perspective of whoever's driving Truck-kun, who just knows that they're isekai all these people.
You want something where it's just
100%.
a truck driver and you
Yes.
just see him repeatedly just running over kids. Like
Listen,
that's what I want.
nah,
And
see,
it's just like, like it like constantly he's just like, I don't know, kid came out of nowhere, and they're like, okay, and then it's like next episode it's like the same cops and they're just like,
wait a
again?
second.
He's just like, I don't know, dude. They just popped out. Like people saw it and like, yeah, like he was just came out of nowhere, and then it keeps going on. Like third episode is just like, what's going on? And then he's just like starts bribing him. He's just like, listen, I like hitting kids.
It's like I can't
Like,
help it.
You find me like the fucking never leaves the basement, games all day, fucking nerd, walking down this once they like emerge from that musk cave that they live in, I'm fucking hitting them.
I'm doing society a favor, bro. Because I was just thinking, I was like, how many actual kids get isekai? Because a lot of times it's adults getting isekai'd into kid forms.
Yeah. Okay, let's mark it. I would say within probably the next 3 years we have a Truck-kun isekai show.
I mean,
Fiction.
I would give it at least an episode. I'd be like, what is this about?
Yeah.
How is this going?
I'd throw it on there.
Like, what other?
So I think that's the majority of what I've been watching. I did get somebody to start watching Fullmetal Alchemist for the first time.
Oh my
They
god.
watched a bunch of anime, but never started Fullmetal Alchemist. And
So,
they had
Brotherhood or OG?
Brotherhood.
Okay.
Come
I was like, is this a punishment? Is this a good thing?
So like I got him to start watching it. We watched like the first couple episodes. He watched a few on his own, and then had jumped in a Discord with him for him to watch a few more episodes, and we got to like episode 10, I think it was, or 11. Terrible Day for Rain.
Because that's like, I feel like, wow, that's only 11 in. I thought that was like like 2/3 through the series.
In Full Metal, I think it's much it takes quite a bit longer because it's much slower because they're going through what they have of the manga at that point.
That makes sense.
And then in Brotherhood, they assume that you watched the shit one.
Yeah, so you
like,
know what happened.
Yeah, like the first few episodes, we're just gonna like kind of speed through this because like we want to get to the good stuff that we kind of fucked up before.
Fair point.
Because like in Brotherhood, like the dudes that they fight at that one facility, which are the like serial killers that in the original one that they rescued Winry from.
Yeah.
Like that's not in there at all in Brotherhood.
Yeah.
So like, cause I watched Brotherhood and then I went back and watched the other one. Yeah,
doesn't hold up as well.
It was great. Getting to that point where it got to the funeral and Maze's daughter. Daddy still has so much work to do, and then fucking Mustang. Terrible day for rain.
That is like,
and at the end of that scene, I was just like, "How you doing, buddy?" And like, literally with like tears like in his voice and stuff like that. He's just like, "Why?
Why did we do this to Maze?"
Yes.
We asked the same question.
So that is a quick recap of what I've watched over the last 2 weeks. I will now be fielding questions for the next 2 minutes.
Great. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot most of what you said.
Well, while you're here,
Uh-oh.
guess I'll open Google Doc.
Yeah, I guess that's important. We have 1:30. You're running out of time. I'm not big counting. I kind of like.
So apparently,
what have you been watching? I forgot.
Apparently, I've been watching Cougar Town, but only the bits with Courtney Cox.
Okay.
That was so I had to. I don't remember. I think it was like after we'd recorded a podcast or I was editing or something, and Taylor was talking to me, and like I made a Matthew Perry reference that she was just like didn't get, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah." There's this whole backstory from the podcast. So I had to explain that, and then she's like, "Oh, you should do something with Cougar Town and Courtney Cox because we're going off the Friends basis." And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I forgot." She's like the only person that went on to do other TV.
So I watched some episodes and I gave it the rating Cougars.
You did. Cougars. That's a rating now.
To be fair, that's probably not that far off of my personality anyway.
I mean, out of the cat rating scale, it could be worse. It's not a lion, but it's cougar. And that's pretty good. That's a big cat.
I've never watched Cougar Town, but I have given something the rating of cougars before.
Was it a cougar of some sort?
Yeah.
Either human or cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, now we know. We've learned Dean's affinity for Cougar Town and cougars in general, I guess. Yeah, so cougars.
So, yeah, at some point, maybe this week I'll start that
Cougar Town?
Licorice Recoil. And,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You only have like 3
What was
episodes.
the
of
other
that,
one? Link Click, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the PI show, right?
I mean, you could start it, but it's only subs, so.
Oh, then I'm not gonna start.
Yeah, it sounds like it's good, but I don't know. You'll have the time for that.
Yeah,
but
I've had a few other recommendations of things to start that are only subbed right now.
Yeah.
Right.
And just like, maybe.
I keep meaning to go back and watch more of the Isekai Uncle show, but shit's only subbed. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, no.
They just said it's going on hiatus too.
Well,
Oh, really?
It's a good
Yeah.
time to start
I
catching
saw the headline, but I didn't read the article.
I guess it's not doing so well.
Well, is the manga going on hiatus, or because it was going on Netflix? So I assumed all of it went up at once.
I think they were doing weekly episodes.
Oh, weird.
But I don't know. I have not watched it.
Yeah, I watched the first episodes because I didn't really.
Major Netflix isekai delayed indefinitely.
Oh, fuck, that sucks. Okay, well, definitely not getting a dub of that anytime.
Get
soon.
out!
I will not.
They just dubbed what was done.
It said they won't be releasing new episodes this month and not stating when it'll return.
Oof. That's quite the oof.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not good.
It's already.
Maybe
Oof.
they're just really bummed that they didn't get Bleach. They're like, damn,
All right, I give you guys 2 extra minutes.
Disney got Bleach. We didn't get Bleach. We're sad.
I should be able to be here a little bit longer next week. I had forgotten about
He triple
how,
booked himself.
time works.
Yeah.
Time's the concept.
It's an illusion, and it's a man-made. Like, we don't need time.
We don't need time as you like checked your watch like 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, it is what it is.
We buy a
So,
small
yeah,
machine to
got
tell
to-
us the time.
I've got to head down to Dallas now.
Oh shit. Watch out for the rain. We went to go
Yeah.
get lunch after I left and it was a fucking monsoon.
Really? Down in Dallas? Like, it's like
Yeah.
sprinkling up here.
Yeah, it was bad. We sat in the Brahms parking lot for like 10 minutes waiting for it to calm down.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Well,
I mean,
no.
it was bad. It was like it had passed by the time we had like gotten it and left, but I don't know which direction it went, so have fun.
Oh. All right. And I will probably try and watch that pay-per-view Dean later on tonight.
Yeah.
Or not tonight, but probably tomorrow. So,
All right.
no big
Hell yeah.
spoilers unless it's like something major, and then you should tell me.
Okay.
I'd rather you tell me than just like get spoiled whenever I open up the internet.
Or you open, yeah. Just open up Reddit and get ruined to life.
Yeah, where it's just like, oh hey, here it is. I'm like, motherfuck.
I didn't want to
Okay.
know what this was. It's fine.
Yeah, I'd rather you at least tell me so I can just like talk to somebody about it, as opposed to just like open it up at 1 a.m. and then it's like, well, now I know and I can't talk to anyone.
Thanks, internet.
Hunter, wake up.
Wake up and talk to me about this.
Good times.
Who are these people?
It doesn't matter.
All
His
right,
names.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Demon.
All right. Later, buddy.
So, we watched some of those things, and we didn't know how
Almost-
long Seve had, so we just let him go.
I almost said what I always say when someone leaves the call. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it's,
say it.
it's kind of a force of habit.
Yeah. I forgot we're still recording.
You know, I mean, wouldn't be the worst thing before I said on camera at some point in our lives. So yeah, we watched Overlord. It exists.
Indeed.
Ainz
Indeed.
is super OP. He
Yeah. Just
so
murdering dog people.
yeah, like him just like walking up in there and just like squeezing the dragon heart. I was like,
Yeah.
Ainz is
Two
unstoppable.
dragons.
Like everything has a heart. He's gonna be, he can't be stopped. I did find it amusing in the episode before that. There's this scene where like he pops up behind Gondo Firebeard, and Ainz in his like normal clothes, like his big robes, is like 6 dwarves wide. Like how is this man
6
fitting through
dwarves.
any like doorways in this area? 'Cause he's so fucking wide. It's just like, what is happening here? Because like Gondo's a wide man. He's a short, stout dude. Ainz is like 6 of that man.
That's how you can tell we're American is we will measure in anything except for
Oh yeah,
meters.
yeah. We're not gonna break it down metric style, but we'll
6
measure
dwarves
things
wide.
by people. 6 dwarves wide. Dwarves are a form of measurement now. They're the same size. It doesn't matter. It's fine. But yeah, a bunch of those dog dudes got killed. Dragons got killed. We got Asta Dragon with
Fat
glasses.
Austin Dragon. Yeah, that was great. He's like, you got a rather large stomach. Is that a abnormality? He's like, is that common? He said, no, probably just me. He's like, oh, so you're rare and unique. He's like,
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks.
yeah.
I like that he's like openly talking about him as a pet as he's standing there like,
Yeah.
please don't kill me. It's like, oh yes, a dog.
A dog. Treat him like a dog.
And then he's like one of the other like founding members or whatever, the great beings, I can't remember what they call them, but like had a dog and had that, and they're like, oh my god, they had a dog too. It's like,
Oh yeah.
you fucking
then-
idiots.
Shaltier was like, "Would you like me to pee every time I see you?"
I like that Aura was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
The
That's
fuck?
so weird.
Shut
Yeah,
up, you
call out Shaltier.
weirdo.
Fucking crazy, weird vampire lady. Yeah, but yeah, Overlord's just Overlord. It's doing its Overlord thing. Was kind of hoping we'd get some more cool shit, but Ainz just walks up and fucks the dragons up. And they're like, oh shit, I don't want to
Yeah.
die. Fuck that.
Murder.
Yeah, maybe we see cool dragon shit later, though. So we know they're there.
Maybe I thought we were gonna get the dragon that's supposed to know some shit.
Yep, nope. We got Asta Dragon.
Asta dragon.
Asta Dragon. He's like kind of king of the dragons. Somewhat, maybe. I don't know. Black Summoner, also very good.
Yes.
I do think the fight with whatever the fuck his name is that I can't remember now, Demon Man.
Victor.
Yeah, Victor. Yeah. Wasn't as good as the one with Geralt in the first or second episode. Still very good. I don't think the CG's bad. I just kind of wish they would stick with one style in the fight. Like, kind of like they did with Geralt for the most part. It's like, yeah, just stay CG for the fight and then cut back to regular animation, or to stay regular animation. It's not that bad though. Like it's definitely one of the better fights visually, like series wise. It has not had the weird fucking goat thing from Overlord moment yet.
Yeah.
I did kind of have the observation that since Kel is a summoner, he is just basically edgy Ash. He's collecting Pokemon that can speak to him in his head. And speaking of collecting Pokemon that kind of speak to him in his head, the harem has grown by one. He's got the Demon Princess.
Is Geralt in the harem?
Yes. Geralt's number one in the harem. What are you talking about?
He got a new sword.
He did. He got a new sword. He's got some fancy looking armor. He's got a little like writing on him. They gave
Demon party lady got some
Yeah.
fisties.
Yeah, she got the gauntlets made out of Victor, which is fucking metal. It's like, hey, you know that bodyguard that meant a lot to you? Yeah, we fucked up his corpse and, made a weapon out of it. And she was like, yeah, this is metal. I'm a demon. Our boy doesn't remember anything but Rice. And Rice has led him to fighting the heroes. What is it with...
From him forgetting things, they kind of already forgot that he's forgotten things because he remembers Rice.
Like,
So,
they also do this... I feel like there's other anime, I just can't think of them, but they do this in Mushoku Tensei too, where Rudius gets super fucking excited because there's rice. And I get it's a staple food, but like, if I got teleported to another world, I don't know that I'd get super hyped for white bread. Like, I don't think I'd be like, oh my god, it's a loaf of bread. I'm like, yeah, there's other cool shit I can eat here. But if I got teleported and then there's like a Mickey D's, I'd be like, okay, maybe, maybe I might be that excited. I'm not gonna lie. Just swing through this Mickey D's real quick. But yeah, he's gonna fight those fucking weak ass heroes to achieve his Demon Lord status. I'm telling you, it's coming. He's gonna be the Demon Lord. Maybe the goddess will walk up in there and be like, no fighting, you two. Stop it.
stop it.
Stop it. But yeah, she's gonna get a body and come back. It's gonna possess someone and be like, yo, what good?
A body, her avatar, and she told him, go ahead and simp over this one too.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna add another to the harem and you can simp for me the hardest. Only for her to realize that Kel is simping for Geralt the hardest. That's why he got a new sword, Got a new sword. He got that cloth at that one time for his little butt cape thing. Got a little writing on his armor. Kel is all about that Geralt life. He's like, give me the Black Ghost Knight Commander whatever. I mean no. But yeah, Edgy Ash is doing edgy Ash stuff. he's fighting crime and taking over the crime. He is crime.
Right.
Also, it's kind of like, I get that he's, I guess, trying to fight the heroes. But
Yeah.
we're gonna look real bad, like, if they make it out of there, to be like, yeah, this dude in a black cape with a stick that has like a knight and this elf lady was selling slaves.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, Kel, are you selling slaves?
You sell slaves? Are you a bad guy?
And then, you know, I'm sure elf lady will be like, no, he bought me out of slavery. And they're like, you've bought a slave? And then, you know, he's gonna get arrested. That's how it's gonna go. Yeah, Black Summoner's still pretty good, though. I don't know
Hell yeah.
if it's... This season's weird, because I don't know if I've got, like, a standout show like I did last season. Like, nothing is scratching the itch of Trapped in a Dating Sim for me, or Love After World Domination. Everything's okay. Not bad. It's just, like, nothing's like, this fucking... What? It's like, no. Yeah, like, Overlord's good, but I expect it to be good. Black Summoner's pretty good, but I don't know if it's that different, right? It's good, but like I feel like it's good for a generic isekai, but it's like not got anything outside of that. Like it has its unique things. It's just not really slapping me super hard. And neither is Devil as a Part-Timer, which is a little disappointing. It is getting better, though. I think progressively each episode it is doing better.
It's starting to get better. She really hates, what is it? Gabriel? She really hates his voice actor.
The surfer dude?
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, why is he talking like that? I was like, I don't know. I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's surfer dude Gabriel, man.
She hates it.
Bro. It's great. Yeah, we get Mao temporarily becoming unemployed and homeless, so
Homeless.
the Devil King is no longer a part-timer. I don't remember from the first season because I still haven't gone back to rewatch it. Was the landlady some kind of demon angel person too?
Unconfirmed.
Okay, because like she had like when they watched the video of her and she was like in Egypt or whatever and dressed like a pharaoh or something, they were like, "Oh yeah, this is totally normal for her." And I'm like,
she's like big and ugly and shit. Yeah.
Did this bitch exist in the first season? Like, I don't remember her at all.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm missing so much.
You know, the 2 weeks that it's been, you could have watched it.
Yeah, I could have, but I didn't. I watched a bunch of other shit. Yeah, no, I mean, they go to the beach. We got the beach episode. We got Demon Bird showing up.
Demon Bird turned into Baby Bird.
Yeah, and Boss Lady is maybe some kind of weird fucking demon hunter person too. We'll see. But they do business. It's getting back to their roots. Selling food. Economics. Swimsuits. That's how it goes. It is very convenient that Emmy can just like be like, okay, Alice Ramos, I don't want to fuck with you anymore. You're going back in the sword, and no one can tell. Maybe she goes to sleep. I don't know. It's like, I'm going to force you to take a nap by putting you back in the sword.
Ooh.
You are the sword, Alice Ramos. But yeah, Devil Part-Timer keeps getting better. Licorice Recoil is still pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, I like that one because you kind of got more, I guess, backstory.
Yeah, you get to see. I was really thinking, I was like, Chisato is some kind of fucking magic. Like, this
No,
bitch
she's
is just dodging bullets. But
she's
no.
just teenage John Wick.
Yeah, I'm just like, this, like, I'm really disappointed that that's the answer because it's dumb as hell, but I'm still going to watch it because Chisato's cool.
Pink hair John Wick, man.
Yeah, she's blonde, but yeah, I think.
She's
pink hair?
She has pink hair. Isn't she?
I thought she was blonde. I'm like 90.
Listen,
I'm not
she
gonna
wears
lie.
a lot. She wears pink.
Yeah, she wears red, but you know.
Listen,
It's
okay.
light red.
It's a lightish red.
It's a lightish red. she has pink hair. I'm gonna lose it because I'm like 100% sure it's blonde. I would be so confused. I do feel like I almost wish this was slightly more of a serious series because like it has
I would not call that blonde.
Crazy. Oh my god. Like I watched it today, but I was also working, so I don't remember. How the fuck do you spell Licorice Recoil? Sick. Give me an image. Nah, that's 100% blonde. Like,
What?
that bitch is like that bitch. She's got wood for hair.
Why? Okay. Why is it? It's strawberry blonde, I guess. Why is it in
It's got,
some
like,
frames
a
it
light
looks
red
pink?
tint? Maybe.
Why is some pictures it looks pink?
Is this like the what was that dumb fucking dress thing where it was like blue and gold or whatever? The Chisada's, because there are some shots that it looks pink until you like go into the image, and the longer you stare at it, the more blonde it gets. But if you just like unfocus your eyes, it looks pink. That's confusing. I don't like it.
It's too close to her skin tone in certain shots, and it makes
Yeah.
it all look the same.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they did not distinguish that enough. She's
Yeah,
her
'cause,
hair's
like-
not actually hair; it's just more skin.
It looks like she has pink roots.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's what it is. It's just like a gradient.
Yeah,
down.
it's she has gradient hair. Wow.
Weird.
'Cause she's got to be different.
Yeah, she got to stand
she's-
out on screen.
Because she's John Wick.
Yeah, she's anime girl John Wick. Yeah.
That girl was like,
Excuse me.
was like, you're too accurate. That's why you missed.
Yeah, it's like if you were just wildly shooting, you probably would have done better. It's like this is some
Yeah,
dumb fucking justification.
If you blind fired, you probably would have shot her.
But no, you had to be spot on, and that's where it fucked you up.
Fucked you up. Your accuracy made you inaccurate.
The show's so fucking stupid. It's still good though.
It's a really dumb premise, but it's good to it's nice to watch.
Yeah. I feel like maybe because I was like, if this was more serious, this would have kind of a Psycho-Pass vibe, but I also don't think it would be enjoyable. Like, Psycho-Pass is good because there's like an actual like mystery that you're working towards. There's really nothing here for the most part. There's like hackers and shit, but like they show you enough that you're like, okay, I know at least the people that are in this plot, even if you don't exactly know what they're doing, instead of like, what is the Sybil system? It's a bunch of brains. Spoilers, I guess. Psycho-Pass has been out for like 10 years. Deal with it. But yeah, Licorice Recoil it's still good. I still don't like. I don't know. This kind of goes back to not having a standout, as this doesn't stand out that much to me either. So I don't know why it continues to be on like the top 3 of every weekly chart. Like, it's not bad. It's just like I think Fudo PI is way better. I think. Oh, to be fair though, most of like what we're watching is not like currently. Well, I guess it is, but like Link Click doesn't count because it came out like technically a couple of years ago or a year ago. I think Daily Life of the Immortal King is the same way. But I mean, I think it sits just fine with Parallel World Pharmacy or Black Summoner or Devil is a Part-Timer. Yeah, it fits there, but I don't know. It's just not my thing, I guess. Yeah. Licorice Recoil, that's the thing. Link Click, episodes 3 and 4. We got
basketball.
Yeah, 2K NBA Street happening up in there. That guy's getting fucking broken. I did like that they were like, yeah, this gym is super shitty. It's just like, it was an old factory. We didn't have a gym. We live in like broke ass rural China. I'm like, oh, yeah, fair point, I guess. And Ball is life. And Ball is
Ball
death.
is life. Ball is death.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. That
Here we go again. He's trying to fuck shit up again.
Yeah, was a little disappointed when episode 4 started, and they're like, yeah, you winning the game actually didn't matter, even though we were building it up like it did matter. And then you're
It's
like,
you got these nodes that you need to do.
and then, you find out, oh, it's because everyone fucking dies, and that's super depressing. Like, whoa. That sucks some big dick. That's not good. That's a bad feeling, bro. But I kind of also feel like, you probably run into shit like that a lot in that kind of a business. Like, if someone brings you a photo and say, hey, I need you to go back to do this, you're probably going to get more people, like, bringing you dead relatives than corporate espionage.
True. But I think he said that they don't do that.
Do what?
Death.
Oh, yeah, no, like, not to change death, but, like, going back to say, oh, yeah, I didn't get to say bye to X dead relative. I need you to go back and say something for me.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you'd get a lot of that. That seems like a thing that would be, because, like, the noodle shop, okay, I get it. A little out there, but okay. The, like, trying to get those bosses to corporate numbers in the first episode, also, like, I don't know that his assistant would have that information.
Right.
Like, if this was, like, the 80s or the 90s where paper was super relevant still.
I mean, she got into the computer anyway.
She did. But, I mean, to be fair, like, the way she got in the computer was very, like, it just, because shit was popping off, not because, like, espionage or something.
It's okay, Cody. It's a TV show.
It is. And it's a very good TV show. But I'm just like, yeah, this seems like...
It's a TV show with magic.
If you could do that shit, 98% of your customer base is people like, hey, my uncle twice removed, divorced once, died like 6 years ago, and I didn't get to say bye. Can you go back and say bye to them? Because who else has photos of people that they're like, yo? I feel like corporate espionage people be like, we just have other things for this. We'll just pay someone off. We'll hack something, whatever. It's China. IP theft is a big thing. Let's do it. But yeah, link clicks are really good. As much as I'm shitting on it, like it is very. I still don't know if it's my standout of the season, but I think in terms of like a concept, or maybe just like a very interpersonal story, I think it's probably one of the better ones. But yeah, it's good. That's all I gotta say. Ball is life. Parallel World Pharmacy. I watched all 6 episodes of that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very good.
It's very good. I think it takes the by the grace of the gods thing in a direction I would want to see. Like it goes into a very like, hey, we did start a business, but there's a bunch of like fucking irritated ass people that we started a business and we're kind of wrecking the local economy. So the queen's like, you've got to stop, like raise your prices, bro. Like, I know you're trying to price in the peasants, but there are doctors for the peasants, okay? Just, you're fucking everyone's economic value. Market share is all over the place. But yeah, it's really good. The like whole like medical magic thing is pretty neat. The Spanish Inquisition, we'll see how that goes. I think that's kind of interesting.
I hear that no one ever expects them.
I mean, our boy didn't. He was riding into that field and like, oh, there's some man passed out here in this random field. This is weird. And the Spanish Inquisition shows up. I do hope this doesn't get resolved in one episode, though. Like, I hope this is like a 2 or 3 episode arc. Because, like, they've been building it up a little bit. And been doing the, like, isekai thing of, like, you can't tell anyone you're this powerful. But I feel like they're going to be like, oh, yeah, no, I talked to the anime pope and he was super cool with me, so we're all right. But it would be sick if the anime pope's like, hey, listen, you're terrible. You are a sign of the devil. We're going to burn you at the stake. And then he's got to do magic to get out. I'm like, hell yeah. Got to do magic on the run. He's got to heal people on the lam.
On the lam.
He's going to break bad. He's going to take his pharmacy knowledge to start making meth. survive.
be a turn.
It would be a very interesting turn. Taylor started watching Breaking Bad, so she keeps making a lot of Breaking Bad jokes at me every time I walk in. It's like,
you're like, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, because like she'll walk in watching it and like pause it and they'll be like, yeah, they broke bad, and I'm like,
And then
Yeah.
she'll just be disappointed in you again.
no. She'll make a bunch of jokes and I'll be like, yes, Walter White. He's a man. He wears a hat. He has glasses.
It's so funny that we talked about how like things that she's talked to you about movies in the past when y'all started dating and you're like, yes. And then you just like find a way to squeak by without ever telling her that you've never watched it.
Yeah,
Like
at least
Princess
with
Bride.
Breaking Bad, she knows I haven't watched it because like that was kind of the spur to make her watch it. Was like we talked about neither of us watching it, but making jokes about it, and then she's like, "Oh, I don't have anything to watch, so I'll watch it." And she's a bit into it now.
She's like, why have I talked to you about these movies multiple times and you
I
never once told me that you didn't watch it?
just nod along, and maybe if I've like gotten some of it by osmosis, I'll throw that in there so people don't question whether or not I've seen it.
You couldn't just say I haven't watched it.
No, I'm too far into the conversation at that point.
I'm too far. I'm too married to this woman already. I can't.
No, not at this. I mean, you got to find the perfect spot to do that at. You don't want to do it too early because then they're like, hey, it's kind of weird. But you don't want to do it too late because then they feel a little betrayed of like, I've spent 10 years talking to you about The Princess Bride and you've not seen it. I'm like, yeah, my bad. Oops.
Jesus Christ.
Just never came up, I guess.
But it did.
We don't need to talk about that. It's fine. You know what's not the Princess Bride, though?
What?
Fudo PI.
Time to count up your sins, Cody.
Hell yeah. Kamen Rider getting fucking stabbed in the back. Hell yeah.
Bro, what was it I said last time we recorded? I was like, I hope Fang Joker shows up. I hope Fang shows up
Hell yeah.
so they can do Fang Joker. And then Fang showed up.
Hell
And it was
yeah.
like at the week before, it was like right at the end. And I said, oh, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
But we got it.
Yeah, we did.
Got the Fang. One of the coolest looking fucking common suits.
Did I miss an episode? Like, because I saw it happen at the
Fang
end of the
Joker.
episode, but I didn't.
Yeah. There's a new episode today.
Oh, motherfucker. God damn it.
Okay, we'll talk
literally
about last
watched
week.
5. I mean, I know what happens. Fang Joker shows up and kicks Incel Bugman's ass, but
Yeah.
Damn.
Superpowered Fang Joker.
hell yeah, it did look really sick. I was like, God damn, this is such a
Yeah.
cool look. He's
Hell
so
yeah.
fucking cool. God damn, the show is so fun.
God.
I feel like this is the perfect thing for me to get into, because this is just Kamen Rider W New Game Plus.
Pretty much. Yeah,
Kamen Rider
exactly.
Double with all the cool shit already there.
Yep. Like Trigger. Like what? Last week he went to
Yeah, he did fucking all of them. Like,
Cyclone Trigger. Yeah.
yeah, I think he's done maybe not all the combinations, but you get to see each individual side.
Yeah. I think he's used every memory
Yeah.
so far. Luna, Cyclone, Joker, Trigger, Metal.
What's the red one?
The red one.
I don't remember but red one. He's there too.
Yeah.
He's doing things. They just like it is baffling to me that this is like, it took to 2022. Kamen Rider has been going for like since the 70s or some shit.
Oh, then actually make an anime.
How the fuck did that like cross zero people's minds to be like, listen, this makes way more sense in anime. It's like, I
Heat.
don't get it.
'Cause we're stupid. It's heat.
Okay, that makes sense. It's red. Duh. Yeah, no, just like, I'm so perplexed. It's just like, this is so fucking good. This is exactly what I want, but it's never happened before. It's a little weird. I don't remember what transition it was, but I just put in my notes some smooth ass transitions. I don't remember what it was, but there was one that I was like, transition work, A+. Let's go. Let's get them a Grammy for transitions, or Tony or Emmy, whatever the fuck award shows are. I'm super excited to watch the next episode. I probably saw it and was like, oh shit, I'll watch it, and then just it got too late in the day, and I just didn't get to, because I finished, I guess, episode 5 at the very end where Bang Joker happens, as I was eating. So
Okay.
and even had I acknowledged there was a new episode, I wouldn't have got to watch it. Hell yeah.
So in Kamen Rider Double, the show, there was one point where he would just change without the double driver. It was just him, and so he was just Joker, and it was just a black and purple suit, and that thing looked fucking dope too.
Yeah, I've seen the I think there's a SH Figure Arts figure of that. I'm like, that looks fucking sick.
Hell yeah. So I wonder if they'll do that, but either way. Or there's a extreme mode where they look even cooler.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't even really care how they justify it at this point. Just bring Kamen Rider Skull back, start throwing other Kamen Riders. It's kind of weird they didn't do this with something like Decade, where that's the whole point of the fucking show, is just shove as many Kamen Riders in as you can. That seems like, if we're gonna make an anime, let's go. But I guess they kind of want a good story, so I don't know if Decade's bad. I've never watched it, but I imagine if you're shoving as many Kamen Rider into one series as you can, probably not gonna have the best story. But yeah, no, this is still really good. This is as far as a hype show, this is the one I get the most hype for. Easily.
Because you'll think about it, and you're like, oh, Fudo PI's on, and you'll start watching it. You're like, fuck, I'm so hyped for this show.
Yeah. You're like, all these fucking weird incel bugmen. We got fucking the Tokumi just jumping into the fucking air to tackle bug guy. Girl, you was not superpowered. You was a regular ass bitch.
He was not superpowered.
But she was like, I feel bad for Chotaro getting stabbed in the back, so I gotta protect this lady now. Maybe she'll get a weird Kamen Rider thing. I doubt it, but maybe.
And my Google Chrome is crashing.
Great. That's exactly what we want. Google Chrome, most dependable. What else did? Oh yeah. Did you catch up with the daily life of the Immortal King?
No.
Okay. What did I even? Oh.
If we were watching Dragon Ball.
Oh. Okay.
Finished with that. She moved on to Super.
Oh. What general thoughts, I guess?
So we watched just the first 2 movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F. And then there's a real one on Reddit where he is cutting up the rest of it into movies, 2-hour movies. And we finished the Universe 6 tournament, which is before Goku Black. So there's just 2 arcs left.
So it goes the tournament with Universe 6 with the other Saiyans coming in. Then Goku Black, then the Tournament of Power with all the other universes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. I wasn't sure how that went in order.
They haven't got that far yet.
Okay.
That's in the manga.
Oh. So has she enjoyed Dragon Ball? What are some complaints she has?
She likes it.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Did you watch anything that wasn't the stuff we just talked about?
No.
So I'll run through the other stuff I watched. A couple of cuckoos, episodes 15 and 16. They got switched at birth is the whole thing, and then the rich parent is like, hey, I'll let you two live in a house together because I'm trying to arrange marriage to this bitch anyway. But they don't want anyone to know at school that they're like in this weird arranged marriage thing that they're trying to get out of. But they also don't want to leave the house, so they don't want to tell the dad that they're like, we're not getting arranged married, because it's a sick ass house. It's got a pool. It's like centrally located. It's a house in Japan. That's wild. It's a bunch of space. So they haven't told anyone at their school that they're in this situation. In this episode, it came out to the like one chick that the main guy has been like trying to get with this entire time, and she's super cool with it. She's like, yeah, whatever. I'm supposed to be a shrine priestess person, whatever. Well, fuck my parents. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I'm conflicted. But yeah, she's super cool with that. So kind of a build up to not a lot happening, but still pretty fun show. It's still in my like. It doesn't scratch the exact same itch as Love After World Domination, but it does kind of have the goofy levity, just not as good of a gimmick. Sing Yesterday for me, still good. Big Feels. It's a decent kind of romance show. Kind of slice of lifey, I guess. The high school runaway thing. The chick that denied him at first that started this whole series of events comes over to meet the chick. And they talk about her like kind of family trauma a little bit, which is interesting. Because like she never explicitly says why she runs away from her family. I assume that's kind of towards the end of the series. But it's very heavily implied that it's probably some kind of domestic abuse. Because that's a big thing in Japan, apparently. Fucking sucks in Japan, I guess. The Brosekais, they're back. They're doing stuff.
They fuck each other yet, Cody?
No, they're working towards it, though. That charm thing keeps happening.
Is it something that's actively being worked towards?
They're like, he continually, like, the one that is still a guy is continually trying to, like, mitigate the effect, because, like, her charm effect is just so strong, and every time she levels up, it gets stronger. So, like, he had started with just putting a bag on her head and being like, I do not want to go into a town and you become, like, a false idol and then you get kidnapped or murdered or some shit. Or putting a bag on your head. Then they spend, like, a shitload of money to get this, like, hairpiece that is supposed to, like, force people to not look at her. But her charm is still super overpowering that, so people are still doing that. So he keeps trying to be like, I cannot look at you right now. But so it continues to be a problem. It's still very funny. I'm still enjoying the show. The Elf Queen returns, and like her whole thing was like, I'm the most beautiful thing ever. Everyone worships me. Which you'd imagine when the other chick shows up and everyone's like, that one way better. That she gets really butthurt about it. Then like they fight her and her hair gets like ripped up and she's all upset about it. So they go into like, she gets captured and brought to this town, and then they end up in the same town and the chick gets captured. And the Elf Queen is like in this shed or whatever, and this dude's like, okay, yeah, we had to find the most beautiful woman to sacrifice, and that was you. And she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna get sacrificed. Oh, but that means I'm beautiful. And then she like starts being like, yeah, tell me how pretty I am. And then this other guy who's dressed up as a squid costume because he's a squid vendor, like fried squid. I just remembered that. I thought that was just a weird, it's a very weird scene. But he brings her in and like throws her down, and the Elf Queen's like, "This bitch again? Are you serious?" It's a very amusing thing. I watched episode 3 of the Thruple anime. It's still weird. It's not as like, it's kind of trash, but it's also kind of not like interesting in that way, which is a little disappointing. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So The only other two things I watched, I finished the Genius Prince's Guide to Selling His Kingdom, or whatever the fuck the long ass title of that show is, because it's on Crunchyroll now.
Nice.
And it is pretty okay. I would give it like a solid 6 or 7. Not bad, but it's just really not like it. They do a really big deal at the beginning of it to like try to sell it as like, oh yeah, he's very smart, but he's really trying to get out of this, and it's kind of funny. But then a bunch of serious shit happens, and you're like, oh, weird. I don't know. I don't like this line that you're walking. I kind of would prefer you pick one or the other, but it's still not bad. You know, it's if it committed one way or the other, I think it'd be a lot better. But it's still pretty enjoyable. And then the last thing I watched, which is probably by far the fucking sickest shit I watched this week, was the Witch of Mercury prologue, because goddamn Gundam is back, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm so excited for this.
I mean,
watched
we
that
still
shit
got a
like
month.
4 times, but I mean, I don't think it comes out until October, so we got
Yeah, it's October 1st.
yeah, we got a hot minute. We got
But it's so good.
oh shit, is it? It is September. I
It
thought
is.
it was
We
still
got,
August.
no, we got a month.
Fuck yeah. Gundam in a month? Fuck yeah, dude.
It's coming, man.
Hell yeah. I'm so oh, it was so good. I watched this shit like 3 or 4 times. It has confirmed for me there's no absolute fucking way we're getting a dub with this initially, and that makes me super sad.
It's sad, but I mean,
I'm still gonna watch it. I don't give a fuck.
because it's Gundam.
Yeah, I'll watch that shit. I did see some like a bunch of people real hype about it, so you know, good for you people out there. You're on the right page. Some people were like, Bill Diver's Re-Rise got a prologue that was sick, and that series turned out to be real not good. But I'm like, get the fuck out. This is gonna be real. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We
Put
got
that evil over here.
so good. Tiny child pilot. That was great. I like that the like old lady scientist was like, yes, I will let you sit in this robot by yourself, 4-year-old. Like, that's a terrible idea. Why would you do this?
Get
I
the
mean,
goddamn robot.
Yeah, she didn't even have to tell her. She's already there. She's like, yes, child, get in this robot so I can connect you to the robot that actively is killing its pilots. Big brain plays.
Brain.
Like, I mean, Gundam is not like ever shied away from having like a relatable or understandable villain. And the bad guy is kind of a huge dick. Don't get me wrong. But
What's
he
his
kind of
name?
has a point. I don't even fucking remember. Big eyebrow man. I remember I think someone had posted like a screen cap of him. And I was like, ah, yes, the Crimson Chin's arch enemy, the navy blue eyebrows. Because he's got very strong eyebrows. But yeah, his whole point was like, yeah, Gundams are too dangerous. We can't build them. And I think part of it was like, we can't let Earth build them because fuck Earth. But the other part is like, yeah, these machines actively kill their pilots. It's like, yeah, you don't usually like. There's not another similar thing I can think of in Gundam. Like, you have some similar, like, in the UC you have, like, cyber new types. But they get experimented on 2 pilot mobile suits. The mobile suit does not make them worse. Gundam Seed has, like, their equivalent thing. IBO has the weird fucking surgery thing you can get that I don't remember the name of that has, like, a high mortality rate. But unless you're like crazy like Mika, it doesn't actually ever harm you. Like if you make it through the surgery, you're fine. But the Gundams are like the Gund arm system or whatever they call it in Witch of Mercury is like, yes, if you pilot this, regardless of who you are, and you push yourself, you're going to kill yourself. And it's like, bro, that's fucking sick. I'm coming around on some of these designs, though. Like, at first, I was like, I don't know how I feel about some of these. Yeah, 100% all in on this shit now.
I remember looking at one. I was like, I don't know how I feel about how pink it is.
Oh, yeah, the Gundam.
The one that angry guy has.
Angry guy.
Or he looks angry. He's got the colored hair. He's got a swoop in his hair. I think pilots that one, didn't he?
Oh, you're talking like it didn't show up in the prologue, but it's like on the Witch of Mercury stuff.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
like the promo stuff.
Yeah, okay. I was like, fucking Penguin. And it's like, okay, I know. Yeah, I remember when this first got announced and they like released the staff
wands,
list.
yeah.
There were like 6 different mechanical designers on it, and you can super tell because some of it looks like very IBO. There's a little bit of it that looks kind of vaguely UC or 00-ish. There's just like all of this shit's all over the place, but they're all different manufacturers. So you're like, I can buy this shit 100%. I don't even give a fuck. It looks dumb. I don't care. I'm in it. Will I buy model kits for most of these? Probably not. The main ones, 100% though.
Yeah.
Gundam Lefirth or Rubris, depending on who you ask. Gundam Ariel, hell yeah. If they come out with the mass production models, the blue ones from the prologue, 100%. Really into it. Like, fuck yeah. Gundam is back. I am here for it. I don't even care. We have progressed to a toddler committing possible war crimes. We started with child soldiers, but like teenage soldiers. Then we get to like maybe preteen soldiers in IBO, and now we're just full-on kids. Full-on kids out here killing people in mobile suits without even realizing it.
I mean,
Like, shit's wild. This toddler just pointing in the mobile suit, and the mobile suit's like, I will kill that thing. She's like, it's a pretty color. It's like, don't do this. And she does it. And you're like, hell yeah, fuck them up. Fuck the bad guys up. Bad guys are bad guys.
remember I was reading an article and it was like, it started out the article, the first line was, if anime loves a child soldier, there's few franchises that love them more than Mobile Suit Gundam.
I mean, it is weird that Gundam has like a vaguely adult-esque protagonist. Like, G Gundam might be the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Like, technically, I guess some of the OVAs would be a little different, but even they're kind of portrayed to be like no older than 20. I think it's usually like 18, 19. As I think Domon is the oldest at like 20 or 22. Wild. Just, yeah, Gundam, you're a child soldier. Let's go. Get in here. Welcome to the world of child soldiering.
Well, it's like on that one, like they showed like she doesn't know what she's doing. She's just fucking touching lights.
Yeah, it's super weird because like the whole prologue kind of just serves to explain what some of like the way the world is set up, but mostly like what the Gundam system is, which is why these are called Gundams in this universe. And basically, the whole process started out as a means to connect prosthetics to cybernetics. So like you would replace your arm and you could just move it like regular instead of it having to be like other things. Because I guess apparently like space just doesn't work for the human body, so a bunch of people have to just like get limbs replaced. And then they're like, listen, this is doing great. People are getting prosthetics. We're going to put it in mobile suits. And everyone's like, why though? And they're like, shut the fuck up. Don't fuck with this. But in order to pilot the Gundams, you have to have these prosthetics because that's how it interfaces. So like if you have a prosthetic arm, you have to pop the arm off to plug the prosthetic into the mobile suit so you can control it, which is what the main character's mom has to do. So you get to see her do that. But the child, no prosthetics. The child's just like straight up hooked to this machine and is like, I am one with the machine. The machine is I. I am tiny child. I don't understand what's happening. There's this really great shot after the tiny child who's... they change her name for the main series. I assume because she's supposed to be in hiding. But I think it's like Arika or something. But there's just the scene like immediately after she blows up those 3 mobile suits that the mother's looking down at her in horror, like, oh my god, my child is like, what the fuck is happening? Because there's this whole thing that the mobile suit system overwhelms the prosthetic system and like causes your body to overheat and like either permanently paralyzes you or kills you, which is why the like other mobile suit manufacturers are coming in, because they're like, this shit's too dangerous. But you get to see like a news report talking about it, but her dad ends up piloting one to buy them time, and he pushes it so far, and like his face, they do this really cool like weird techie effect, but like his face just turns like red and his eyes turn red and it looks like he's just like dying. And then he does, like, you know, I mean, he gets stabbed, but he's like in the process of but doesn't happen to her. She doesn't have a prosthetic, so everyone's like, what the Sam fuck is happening here? How is she interfacing with this? But old lady scientist is dead, so no one really knows, which is, I assume, where the show will kind of pick up like 10 years later or whatever, because she'll be in Mobile Suit High School. But like special Mobile Suit High School. It's not gonna be like, I don't know. Like, I'm hoping it doesn't turn out to be like, oh, it's Mobile Suit High School. But I think it's gonna have a little bit of that dynamic. But to be fair, a lot of Gundam has that dynamic, so it's not that weird. But yeah, I'm all back in. I don't give a shit. Like, even if it's not as good as the prologue, it was still really good. So like, you know, this will probably sit pretty solid. Bunch of weird mechanical designs, but people kind of just tune out that most of Gundam has a weird fucking mechanical designs. Like, Turn A's got weird shit. A lot of the UC has weird shit, like especially like Zeta, Double Zeta era. And then like later you see with Victory's got weird shit. Wing's not that bad. Wing, some of the side stories of Wing have weird designs. Same thing with Seed. Double O's not that bad. Double O's pretty consistent, I suppose. What else I got up there? Yeah, no, yeah, Age was pretty consistent too. So, yeah, I mean, there's just some. IBO has some weird designs, but they're fairly consistent. So, but yeah, I'm real big excited. I think it is gonna be fucking sick. I don't give a shit that it's subbed. I will 100% watch it when it comes out, and I hope, I doubt it, but I hope it's either going up on Gundam Info or like Crunchyroll gets it, because it's supposed to have a worldwide simulcast. So I'm hoping it's one of the two, because that shit was lit.
Yeah.
I'm so excited Gundam's back. God damn it. I'm just,
We stand Gundam.
It's been way too long, and no one counts Built Divers or Built Divers Re-Rise is a fucking mainline series, so get the fuck out of our face. Been like 6 years since IBO aired. Gotta go.
Yeah,
Gotta do Gundam.
Been a long time.
Hell yeah. But yeah. You guys watched anything else?
You mean just me?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I meant like you and Audie, but you know, I guess just you two. I don't know.
I watched Elvis.
Oh, was that good? Was that bad?
It's on HBO now.
Oh shit! I still probably won't watch it, but
it was weird, like, because I was expecting like, what was that? The one that was about like Freddie Mercury.
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian, yeah, I was expecting like that, and it was not like that.
It was not like that.
Like, it was all right, but yeah, it was cool. It was all right. They obviously didn't mention how young Priscilla was in real life.
Yeah, you know, they kind of want to skirt some of those things.
Because it showed the meeting, and I was like, she looks too old for how she actually was.
You know, they
kind of just made them around the same age.
Yeah, I imagine they probably have to get the sign off of the estate for this, so they probably didn't want to cause too much friction there.
But everybody knows. Everyone.
Yeah.
Like, when he was in Germany, he met her. When they met, they didn't date, but they spent a lot of time together. She was 14. He was 22.
Well,
So
it's
apparently,
what
apparently
happened,
it happened a lot back then.
what happens in Germany obviously doesn't stay in Germany.
I didn't, because then he moved back and they got married.
Yeah.
So I think, well, they were together for a little bit and they got married. But when they started seeing each other again after he came back, she was 16 still.
That, like, I've had a vague curiosity about a lot of these like biopics for different artists and stuff, like musicians and stuff. Like there was like Rocket Man for Elton John, then Bohemian Rhapsody, and then this, and I think there's a couple others. But I'm absolutely 100%, because I've never watched any of those. Will 100% watch the fucking Weird Al one that's coming out with Daniel Radcliffe.
So
100% on board for this.
I saw the trailer, and when I heard that they were making the movie, I was like, oh, okay, cool. It'll be like a biopic. And I watched this trailer. I said, oh, this is a parody of a biopic.
Yeah.
Because it has Weird Al like doing drugs and dating Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Or not Marilyn Monroe, Madonna.
Yeah. I'm
like, oh, okay, none of this happened.
Yeah, when I first saw that, I was like, did he actually date Madonna?
No.
Then I was like,
he didn't do
there's no
drugs.
fucking way. Yeah. It's I'm very excited to watch. It's made by Roku, so I'm very concerned that it's gonna be on some dumb fucking Roku streaming service that I'm not gonna fucking pay for. So I'll probably have to find another way to watch it. But that looks like it is gonna be peak biopic parody material.
It'd be great.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. It looks really good. It does make me wonder, because like in that trailer they play a little bit of Weird Al's music.
Yeah.
And it's hard to tell, because like I think he does like the My Bologna one or whatever, like in like it's diegetically he's singing it in the scene, and it sounds like Weird Al, but it kind of like I assume Weird Al just dubs over it, but I'm like, did they just like either Daniel Radcliffe just does a really good Weird Al impression, or they like you've hired a coach to get him to do one, or it's just he's dubbing it. But it'll be interesting to see, because that's I think with Rocket Man, Aaron Eggleton or whatever the fuck his name is, Eggleton. He sings like all of the songs in that movie.
Yeah.
And he's like actually very close singing wise to Elton John already. So I was like, oh shit, that's wild. But yeah, I'm very excited. I think that's gonna be really funny. When that comes out, hope it's soon. It's on Roku, so it's like I can't imagine it's gonna be like a big build up to anything, because Weird Al movie, sick. Oh, it releases September 8th. That shit's in 4 days. Hell yeah! I wonder, does it actually already say where that's gonna be streaming? Because do we know? I guess. Oh, yeah, streaming. All right, where can we see Weird Al? I don't want to read a whole ass article. I know what it's about. Here we go. Will be available on the Roku channel, which may be another hilarious joke. Ha ha ha. But it's not going to be on any of the main ones, so I guess it is just actually the Roku streaming channel, which is disappointing. Oh. Okay, so it's free. So, okay, well, that's just an account I'll have to make, I guess. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. Evan Rachel Wood plays Madonna in that, which is super weird after watching her in Westworld. I didn't recognize her at first until I saw like an IMDb page. I'm like, that's her? That's weird. But good on you. You can work. Good on you. Oh, speaking of HBO, have you started the okay, what's it called? House of Dragon. There we go. House of Dragons.
No.
Not a single.
I haven't.
Multiple.
I haven't started House of Dragon, and I haven't started Rings of Power.
I've not started Rings of Power. I will probably not. Taylor might
Oh,
at some point. I don't know. I might pressure into it.
Cody, have you seen Lord of the Rings?
I have. I didn't watch The Hobbit, so I'll give you
That's
that
fine.
one. But I did watch the originals. I don't remember most of them. I will admit that though. So I remember. I think we went to see. Which one was like 3.5 hours, or were they all 3.5?
All
hours?
of them.
Oh, okay. So maybe it was. I guess it was the first one. We went to. We didn't live in Texas yet, but we were
Was
like.
Was it in the theaters?
Yeah, it was in theaters.
Okay. And so the theatrical cut's different than the extended cut.
Oh, okay. So maybe it wasn't the first one, but I feel like maybe it was. I don't remember.
Do you remember what happened in it?
No. I'll give you an idea of when this timeline was. It says pre-move to Texas. It says like maybe 10, 11. But we were coming down to Texas a lot, so mom and dad could look at houses and dumb shit. And I was like, I don't care about houses. I am 10 or 11. Houses are very uninteresting to me. But we stopped in the theater in McKinney to watch it, not realizing that it was like a 3-hour movie or something. So we got out and we're like, that was exhausting. I remember like Sean Penn's in it. He gets killed. So I guess it was the first one. Or I'm just making that up in my head to just imply when it was. Then I remember, like, I know the things that happen. I just don't remember the movies because
Yeah,
Sean fucking super long.
Sean Bean.
Oh shit, yeah. I mean,
The
it's one of the Seans.
He was in the first one, yeah.
I mean, I feel like I could get away with being like, it's one of the Chris's now. It's like, I don't remember which one, but it's one of them. But yeah, I think it was the first one. But yeah, I'm not gonna watch Ring of Power. We did start watching House of Dragon though, and it's got dragon.
I would hope so.
It got dragon. It got Matt Smith. Matt Smith ride dragon. 10/10 best dragon. Nah, it looks good. Yeah, it's good. It's a bunch of Game of Thrones shit. You're like, hell yeah, Game of Thrones is back, baby. It's not as. It's gonna get to the point, but yeah, it feels very like season 1 Game of Thrones, where you're like, oh, some shit's gonna happen in like 2 seasons. But this is a little boring. Like, not bad. Like, shit happens. Shit has popped off, but not like in a big way. Yeah, they got dragons. The Targaryens are still kicking. None of the like Game of Thrones houses that we're used to are really mentioned. Because like it's we see the king, we see the council, the small council or whatever. None of those guys are from houses that exist or that are important by the time Game of Thrones happens.
It's like 1,000 years ago.
It's like it's like 170 years. So that's still a long ass time, but
Well, maybe I'm thinking of Lord of the Rings.
yeah, I think that makes more sense. But yeah, I mean, I think they do reference the Starks and the Aarons at one point. Well, we haven't seen either of them. Or maybe we do. They don't do anything important. It's like very short scene if we do. But we got the fucking high towers from Old Town. Those fuckers are there. It's the only important people I remember. We don't see any Lannisters. I don't know if they're a big house yet. I mentioned House Rain. Yeah, and there's houses. I had to go watch a bunch of lore videos because I was like, when the fuck does this happen? Because I remember after I went on a huge stint like last year, the year before, of just Game of Thrones book lore videos. So I was like, does this fall in somewhere that I just don't remember? And I kept thinking it was a bunch of the Blackfire Rebellion. So I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna get some cool dragon on dragon fights. But it's not. But we still will get dragon to dragon fights because it's a different Targaryen civil war. Targaryens don't like each other apparently, so they inbreed a lot also. So they have some problem with having kids. So
Keep that bloodline pure.
yeah, it's pure and dragony and There's the only other house from Old Valyria that's there. I can't remember what the fuck their name is. The dude's like, hey, listen, you gotta get remarried, King Man. I'm gonna propose a marriage to my daughter. And he's like, your daughter? He's like, yes. We're joining the houses of Old Valyria. He's like, how old is your daughter? And she's like, 12. And he's like, huh. A mighty huh.
Like, damn, I didn't know we were watching anime.
Yeah, it's they show this very uncomfortable scene of them like walking through the courtyard, like talking to each other. Of like, I guess the king is just trying to get to know her or something.
Bro.
And you get like, the king is very uncomfortable by this, but he's like,
Everyone is uncomfortable.
except for the dude that's like, yo, marry my daughter, because that dude's like, fuck yeah, because he's already, that guy is the master of ships, so that dude's already on the small council. That dude's got power, but he's like, hey, listen, make me the father of the queen. But everyone's like real uncomfortable with it, so he ends up marrying someone else, which pisses a bunch of people off. That's all. I mean, it's not as bad as like 12-year-old, but it is still very Game of Thrones creepy. Like, oh yeah, this is not kosher, my dudes. Can we stop this? Game of Thrones. Yeah, dragons exist. Matt Smith exists. That show's good. We've started watching The Americans. That's an older, not older, I guess, but the old FX show. It came on. I don't know, maybe the 2010s, maybe. I think it ran for like 6 or 7 seasons. It's good. It's about, what do you call them? Sleeper agents from the Russians in America in the 80s. It's pretty good. It's a bunch of Russian shit. And there's events, and I'm like, I know what that is. They, I think it's in the, like, I think it's still in the first season. Reagan gets shot because it's like 80-81. And it's wild to think, because like now it like just almost never gets mentioned because, you know, like he was fine. But like showing them at the time where both like the CIA, the FBI, and the KGB are all freaking the fuck out, like, oh my god, did we shoot the president? And the KGB's like, I don't fucking know, did we? And they're like, we don't know, we can't get blamed for it though. And like it's very amusing. But yeah, that's been good. And yeah, she's been watching Breaking Bad. She's got to, I guess Saul got introduced not too long ago, so she's like, I can understand why Saul has his own show. I'm like, okay, cool. And that's the end of real TV, I guess, for the moment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so, yeah, anything else you watched or news topics you want to talk about?
My Hero also comes back October 1st.
Great, something I can add to the list I won't watch because I'm like a season or two behind.
Or you're one season behind.
I don't know about that.
we've already talked about this.
Listen, I'm like a season and 3 movies behind. Okay.
Well, it's a good thing the movies don't matter.
I mean, they might. I don't know.
just like Dragon Ball movies. They didn't matter. There's 13 of them. None of them are canon.
I mean, but like in Super, they kind of recap them, except for Heroes, right?
Don't talk about anything that happens in the movies.
Yeah, no, because in like the first 2 arcs of Super, just recovering Battle of the Gods and Resurrection.
Yeah, that's different. Dragon Ball is different than Dragon Ball Super.
Oh yeah. But like Super, yeah, that's you know. I don't know. Maybe My Hero.
Like there's like 13 movies in DBZ. None of them matter.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. You know what? I might watch it just to have it take the place of Demon Slayer, so I can shit on it all season.
It's just the last season because you already said you caught up to everything else.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Then I gotta slug through like a season of My Hero I don't want to watch. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. We'll see.
God damn it, Cody. We're gonna need content in October.
We'll have Gundam content. This is gonna be a Gundam podcast in October. In October to December, it's Gundam. That's it. I'm dropping the mic here. Obviously not, because I don't want to break my mic. But what the fuck else? Hold on. Let me see what's coming out next seasonal anime. What's coming out in the fucking fall? Is that when fall is? Is that when? Oh yeah. Oh shit. Okay. So we're gonna have Chainsaw Man. I imagine we'll probably watch that because I imagine that's gonna get a dub like immediately. That'll get simul-dubbed. Mob Psycho 100 Season 3. I've not watched any Mob Psycho or finished One Punch Man. Not that they're like super related, but I might do that because, if I run out of something, everyone says that's good. My Hero. Okay. We got Spy Family Part 2. Wait, hold on. Is this a motherfucking... Oh, okay. No, that's nothing. Let's see what else is good. Blue Lock. It's like the soccer anime. I might watch that.
Not watching that.
I might watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll watch sports anime.
Listen, sports anime are good. I mean, Link Click is telling his ball his life, so we gotta watch sports anime. Let's see what else we got here.
Supposed to have Bleach and Attack on Titan.
Oh shit, Attack on Titan's gonna come back. I gotta catch up on that too. Golden Kamuy 4th season. I've heard everyone say that's really good, so maybe I'll... That's also historical, and that's a period of time I like, so I might actually watch that at some point. What else we got here? Any of this shit look vaguely interesting? Motherfucking Gundam, hell yeah, hell yeah. None of this. It's like a rock climbing anime. Weird. Oh shit, Muv-Love. Alternative 2nd season. I don't watch. Actually, maybe I did watch the first one. Maybe I didn't. I think that's a new update to it, so I have not watched that. But yeah, that might actually be something I end up watching. What is? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So those are at least the mainline series. So yeah, there's gonna be a couple of hot ones to talk about. We'll have Chainsaw Man. We'll have My Hero. We'll have Spy Family. And some other one. I'm not gonna lie, I might actually try to binge Golden Kamuy over the next month and two. It's pre-World War I Japan. That's kind of kind of right where I want to live, right there. Not actually, but it's a weird history, weird period of time. What's going on? Yeah. Chainsaw Man though. That'll be watched. Maybe I'll fucking watch My Hero. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. They're not 12 episode seasons, are they? They're like 24, right?
I think so.
Okay, so I'd say if it's 12, I can slog through it maybe in a week, but it does not feel like September. I feel like October is still 2 months away, but it's not. And that's not ideal because now I gotta watch a bunch of shit that I can get caught up. Some shit might fall off. I might stop watching the thruple anime so that I can watch some actual good shit. But we'll see, We'll have to see. But yeah, any other things you want to mention?
No.
I don't know why I was expecting something else to come out there. Yeah, so get ready for, you'll have maybe 3 regular podcast episodes before the Gundam episodes start hitting. So, sorry in advance, Holly. You'll hear me rant for at least 20 minutes about that every week. But yeah, so
Did Holly watch Link Click?
I don't know.
I feel like she would. Pretty anime boys. I feel like she would have watched it.
Yeah, she might. I don't know. She might enjoy that. Honestly, might enjoy Fudo PI. Philip and Shoto Shotaro, maybe they're not going to, obviously. But yeah, she might actually like Link Click. Link Click's good.
Indeed.
God, there was something last week or the week before last that you were talking about that she said sounded interesting. I don't remember what the fuck it was. I think it was Food OPI actually. So I think it was you were talking detective shit. So I think it was that. It's something I was kind of surprised that I was like, oh, I did not expect her to be like, yo, that's an interesting concept.
I don't know.
Mostly, I think it was Food OPI because I was just like, oh, he's the Kamen Rider. And then I was like, no. He's not talking about the Kamen Rider aspect of the show. He's talking about the other shit.
Detective.
The
Power Rangers.
The other 40 to 50% of the show. But yeah. Real good. But yeah, so that has been our thoughts for this week. Tune in next week and we'll have watched other stuff or something. I don't know. But yeah.
Or something.
Stuff is gone.